President Obama in trouble in the most important bellwether political state, Ohio? A new Quinnipiac University poll shows that President Obama's support is slipping, down 13 points in the past 2 months alone. At the same time, unemployment in the swing state is on the rise, hitting 10.8% in May. Could be a relationship. Vice President Biden says that without the Stimulus Act, saving and creating jobs, that the unemployment situation would be severely worse, and he is in Ohio today.
It's a hard sell, folks. It's true. But when you read the figures that we lost over 400,000 jobs last month, people say, what difference does it make? Well, it would make a lot of difference if there were another 750,000 jobs lost in the first 200 days on top of what is lost.
So doesn't he have a point? There would be more jobs lost. Let's ask Eric Cantor, joining us from Capitol Hill, House Minority Whip. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Joe Biden says it would be even worse without the stimulus. However much of it is getting out to the states, 11%, 29%, you still are saving jobs by having construction jobs and highway projects starting at least.
Well, Andrea, I think the question really is where do we go from here? Clearly, the bill that passed in January that was deemed the stimulus bill has not had the desired effect. In fact, the president said if we did not act quickly, we would see unemployment rise over 8.5%. Well, you know what? We passed the bill. Congress passed the bill the way that he wanted to, and we now have unemployment in many areas of the country exceeding 10% and probably nationally going there as well. So clearly that didn't work. There's no way that we can defend this spending bill. As we know, the monies have not been spent as quickly as the president said that they would be to stimulate the economy. And in my opinion, frankly, there's been a lot of waste that is inside that bill. So if we know that doesn't work, how can we go about trying to address the economy? That's
the White House is challenging. The White House is challenging your assumption. Lawrence Summers, director of the White House National Economic Council, said to the New York Times in an interview Wednesday, "We planned for a program that would stimulate the economy over a 2-year period with a force that increases significantly over calendar year 2009. The implementation is on track to deliver that." We just had Governor Corzine on, who pointed out that state budgets start July 1st. So this money is beginning to plow through to the states with their new budget year. Isn't that the way economies work?
Yeah, well, perhaps, Andrea, but the representations that were made were we needed to act and act swiftly because we needed to address the unemployment in this country. Well, that has failed. We are now nearing 10% unemployment.
It's a lagging indicator, no?
Listen, Andrea, President Obama said, look, this bill will address the economy. Well, you know what? It has not. We wouldn't have dreamed that we would have hemorrhaged so many jobs since January. So if we know that didn't work, then why are we even beginning to talk about flushing even more dollars out of Washington that we don't even have? We know we'd have to go borrow that money. We know we'd have to begin to put more debt on top of our children and grandchildren. We've not put this much debt on their backs in the last 200 years that we have put in the last 5 months. Let's start being smart about this. Let's have a more reasoned approach. We know the economic engine in this country are small businesses. The real question is, how do we get the confidence level back in terms of small business people and investment confidence? We need a recovery led by investment. It will not be sustained by Washington borrowing and spending.